And also, why is always the woman insubordinate when let's take a real look at the men leaders in our community? Like, what black men are leaders in our community? We had the Cosby Show, and then we found out. No, Will,
Apparently,
I waited
according
till
to
you
you
could
guys,
mute. I don't
all
need
of
you to answer as I go along. Mute yourself and write it down and come back like you told somebody else. This is
I
ignorant.
told you.
Okay, well, follow your own advice.
Let's make
That's
sure we
the
go ahead and keep the
problem. Hold
conversation.
on.
Hold on. I don't want to spend too much time going back and forth about what people should do. Let's just make sure we keep the conversation flowing.
Okay,
That's
and then
part.
I
The
don't want to
part.
be interrupted, or I'll leave, and then y'all
You
can have.
interrupted coming in the conversation. What are
And
you
I
talking
waited
about?
Ali and
for
Will. Ali and Will, chill for a second.
I just think we solely on both sides of the table, everybody's looking to blame the other person and not looking for a solution. I directly know women, like I know people on the panel, we know women that literally don't take care of their children, right? This degenerate class of women. And we know people, we know women, and we see women that aren't doing right because we see the generation that's coming up. So for women to feel like they have no accountability in that, that's kind of disingenuous because you literally have these people in your household every day, right? And most of the time when you do have split custody, the man gets them every other weekend. So what, like 13% of the time? I don't even know, right? So though it's unfortunate, that responsibility tends to fall on the women. And I think that women spend a lot of time saying we the big bad wolf. Oh, we can do this and we can do that and we can excel at all these things. But when you look around in these communities, these YNs they be talking about on the internet, these are y'all's kids, right? So I think that people tend to disregard that. Like they are coming from these broken homes and being raised by these mothers. And these aren't the mothers that are in our circles, Ali, because we tend to hang around like-minded women. But you can't, I feel like that a lot of times on this panel, the women forget that we're the exception to the rule. So because we're the exception to the rule, that doesn't mean that these women ain't out here raising these kids the wrong way. And they are. And I think that not, if the truth hurts, you live in a lie. So you literally have to be genuine when you have these conversations. Everything can't go back to, oh, it's the man's fault because they left. Yes, they left. We know they left. Now this falls on our shoulders. And because this falls on our shoulders, we need to take that responsibility back. Spend more time with our kids. Start homeschooling our children. Have them a proper diet. Your kids shouldn't be 300 pounds in second grade, right? When your kid reach kindergarten, they should be able to read a book. Spend more time with your kids instead of running out to brunch on Sunday, right? So I think that for us to not have these conversations about holding women accountable is crazy and it's insane.
Can I ask you a question, Arish? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just phrase it real quick. You can just say yes or no. If custody favoritism was swapped and black men would be getting custody at the rate y'all were today, do you think black men would have these same issues and complaints? And there would be you think we would have these issues like y'all, or we would be complaining about these kids?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to hear your thoughts.
All right, go ahead, Von, then Sweeney.
Just to elaborate a little bit on what Isha said, I kind of agree with her as far as both women are a lot accountability on it because we are getting custody of our kids more than the men are. So we are kind of doing more so what we're being taught, and everybody's not being taught the correct way. We should spend more time with our kids. We should be enforcing certain things. And I have girls that are older, and I know for a fact that the boys are trying to date my daughters now have not been raised correctly. They have not been shown certain things and that could be from both parents. So I'm not going to put it on one or the other, because a man, my son needs his dad. He's on his mom as well. Like, she has to show him that side, that to date a woman, how to date a woman, how to love her, how to be more affectionate towards her or listen to her. And the dad is going to have to show him how to be a man. So I feel like it's accountability on both ends. Like, I'm not going to say that women are responsible for that solely, because if you see me not doing it, you should be stepping up and doing it as well on your end. Like, he's going to get how to be a man from you. He's going to get how to be a woman and how to treat a woman and love a woman from me.
All right, we're going to go to Sweeney and come back to Ali.
Fellas, by round of hands, all you gotta do is raise your hand. Can you say that you play in previous relationships, not the one that you're currently in, the previous relationship that fell apart? Can you say that you honestly played a part in the failure of that relationship? Bruiser?
Don't always say he's perfect out here in these streets.
No, like, did you in the previous relationship, not the one you're currently in? Obviously, that one's working, but like an old relationship, can you say that you played a part?
An old one or the very previous one to this one?
Old one, previous one. If you want to say previous one to this one,
not the previous one, but maybe the one before that. Yeah,
you say you played a factor.
Yeah.
What about you, Marcus? I think Marcus might have checked. I think Marcus might be gone. Y'all notice how men can, and if I asked each of these men what happened and how did they play a factor in it, they would have no problem telling us, yeah, I did this, it resulted in this, and this is how it fell apart. That's the fucking difference, and the reason why this conversation is about women right now is because it's infuriating to walk. Like, y'all heard the same thing I heard. All of y'all heard the same thing I heard. And it's infuriating to hear a person break down a relationship like that and still look at it and say, that wasn't my fault. It was his fault. All him. And that's, and I promise y'all, if you go on TikTok, if you go on Instagram, that is all men here. When y'all wonder why we say that y'all don't take accountability, y'all just heard me break down a full conversation, a full relationship. I didn't ask her to blame that. I didn't try to place blame solely on her. I just wanted to see if she can look at her relationship honestly and say, damn, I did play a part in that. When I go on TikTok, this is all I fucking hear from y'all. It's Jermaine, it's his fault. It's all his fault. I'm not trying to sit here and tell y'all the sole reason why this shit happens, but when you can have men on this panel can honestly tell you, and I ain't asked Marcus, tell you, yeah, man, I played a factor in the reason why my relationship fell apart. I can definitely admit that, myself included. I can admit that I played a part in a failing relationship. But when we can't have a conversation with y'all if y'all not willing to say, damn, I did something.